So as a church starts to engage this topic, there are definitely hurdles. There are definitely things that get in the way. So for you guys, what were those initial hurdles that you guys experienced when wanting to start these Pure Desire groups? I mean, you guys from the top had, your lead pastor was on board. Like there was that support. So you guys didn't have quite that hurdle. But what were some of the other ones that you had, and how did you overcome those?
I can speak into that. Pastor Ken just was very clear about how we started and all of that. And I think that in that initial, I just remember we did a Tuesday night and a Thursday morning. We ran two men's groups. And the Tuesday night group, we had 75 guys,
Oh
and
my
in the
gosh.
Thursday morning, we had 60 guys. And we started. There was a group of us that got trained. We went through. We were down in Berg, and then we went through the training Conquer series. A group of us, and so we were trained, so to speak. But we had no idea just that initial influx of guys, and so that was probably our biggest hurdle. We had buy-in from leadership and the exec team and the elders, and it was amazing. And I really do believe that was the catalyst for allowing guys to show up, initially. And so, but the big hurdle was how can we disciple these men? Because if you've run a 10-week Conquer series, it doesn't stop there. And so that was some of the biggest challenges, was training up leaders. How can we keep processing these men? And then, of course, a lot of marriages were affected by it as well. And I know Marcy can speak into this with our counseling services, but just that initial influx was a challenge for sure. But God, you gave us the grace to do it, and it was amazing that first couple of years.
And I'll just speak into from the women's group's perspective. And you have to remember, as Ken pointed out, we did all of this in stages over the last
Mhm.
10 years. So Conquer, and then the Seven Pillars, and then Betrayal and Beyond. So about 2015, I think we had our first Betrayal and Beyond group. And I was part of a women's leader group, and we were doing the material as the women were leading the group. So they were just a few weeks ahead of where their groups were at. So being in a group with them and hearing them process their own emotions and feelings about it all, and then they were also leading. And so I know that was a really challenging time at the beginning.
Yeah, and at the beginning, you're shaping paradigms, you're helping people rethink, is this a safe topic to talk about in our church? And when they see leaders creating opportunities, having, as you shared about earlier, Ken, that culture of grace is there. It really is a game changer. And I love what you guys shared, because I've actually heard from churches that are fearful that if they open this door to, sexual healing and recovery from addiction and the betrayal in marriage, I've literally had pastors say, I'm afraid that too many people would respond and we wouldn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
That there would just be, we're not equipped. And so for you guys to say, we weren't really equipped either. We just opened these groups and
Yeah.
men showed up, but God gave us the grace to do what we needed to do. It helped us see the size of the problem. We were able to start training more leaders, and you were able to navigate that. And I hope that's an encouragement to anyone listening that maybe worries, well, what if too many people want to do group? It's to say, well, if that is happening, what I would say is that usually means God is at work in your church already.
Yeah.
People are ready to respond. And if too many people respond, God also has a plan for what he's going to do on your side as leaders to help you handle and meet that need. And so not letting that keep us from moving forward, I think is important.